All right, everyone, here we go. This is an all signs reading here. Doesn't matter what your sign is. This is straight up energy reading. This is covering the full moon energy in Cancer. It is one of my favorite full moons. I like it when it happens. Sometimes it happens in December, like I think it did last year, I think. I like it when it happens after the 12-12 energy has dissipated out. I like that, which is about right now. You know, January 6th is when the full moon is. 12-12 energy is pretty much dissipated away by then. That said, this is a great moon. Yesterday or the day before, one of the two, I don't remember, I pulled on the void. The void in between. I called it a dammed up river, right? Or a stream where the sticks and leaves were there blocking things, forcing people to look at things. And the full moon breaks that dam. This is a hard full moon to talk about because full moons are always culminations, you know, kind of completions of cycles, of small cycles and things like that. It's both a culmination and a new start because that energy starts flowing again because of it. That makes this energy a good energy for problem solving, seeing solutions and things along those lines, like I said. It is a very powerful full moon this year. That said, I'm going to take a look at the pre-shuffle here, and I'll explain some things. This is the surface energy, and it's going to be a very interesting reading. It's a general reading. It may or may not resonate with you, but if the title brought you in here, you found Steve Love Tarot, you're here for a reason. This reading is technically timeless, because you're all moving at different speeds on your timelines. But the energy of the full moon, this is a sort of a period between now and, say, around the middle or so of mid-late January. Okay? Right up through about the next new moon. Okay, so let's talk about the pre-shuffle. Here's the Seven of Swords crossed by the Five of Wands. Nobody who watched my reading on the void, my super random I pulled the other day, should be surprised to see this. In fact, it's so perfect. It's crazy. Because I did this shuffle and I saw these cards and I said, my God, it's like a soap opera. We're picking it up right where we left off in the goddamn reading the other day. And that's super random. And we are. I'm pulling on that full moon. This is about the dam breaking, right? This is someone here, Seven of Swords, crossed by the Five of Wands. Someone actually realizing, you know, in their head, two minds, if you will, about their own bullshit. And what's interesting about this, I'm going to flash forward here. Well, there's the World card. There's that new energy. But I'm going to flash forward to the Devil, which is bookending the Seven of Swords here in the pre-shuffle. On the surface is a Devil and a Seven of Swords. Underneath is someone calling themselves on their own bullshit and finding a solution. And here's the solution. Move forward. It's the Fool crossed by the Knight of Cups. Okay, so the solution is in here in the middle, sandwiched between a whole lot of devil energy, real devil energy and mild devil energy. But there's a light shining in here. All right? This is when we start calling ourselves. See, one of the things we do as people, and in this new energy, by the way, in this new energy, it's very difficult for the Emperor. I didn't know that was there. That just works perfectly. In this new energy, it's very difficult for the Emperor, who's very prone to, in this cycle, lying to themselves, right? It's very difficult for them to keep doing that. Most of the time, we get away with it because we never call ourselves on it. We lie to it. It's like quitting a habit. I like to give the example of one I know, which is smoking, of course. And I like to give that example. We keep doing it because we don't really think about it. When we start thinking about it and calling ourselves on it, that's sort of the beginning of the end of it. This person here is calling themselves on all the bullshit. That applies to lies we tell ourselves and things like that. Most of the time, the people that get away with it, they ignore it. And your runners have ignored it for a long time. But now that little leaf dam that I pulled on in the void is breaking. The energy is flowing. So they're questioning it back and forth in their head. And that's good because it's leading to a solution. And this is the solution that the full moon offers. It's a Cancerian moon. There's a lot of flowing emotion with this moon. Hell, even your astrology websites will tell you that. This is a huge flow of emotion. And we see it here with the Knight of Cups crossing the Fool. He's jumping off that cliff. I mean, that's the solution anyway. And at least they're calling themselves on the bull. They're spotting what they're doing. Oh, I see what I'm doing here. I'm lying to myself and trying to distract myself in another direction. Once you acknowledge something, you can begin to fix it. And that's where we're at. And the solution is staring them in the face. So let's shuffle the deck. Let's do a reading here. Let's go. Give me the soulmate cycle, universe, with the effect of the full moon in Cancer here. All affecting energies around it will come in. But that moon energy, this full moon energy is very strong. There's a lot of emotion attached to it. I mean, you're going to have big, burly construction workers crying under this full moon. You will. When they start looking at themselves and how they've been living and looking at their life, your person's having to look at that fakey McFakerman energy and all that kind of stuff. You see how you limit yourself. You see how you screwed up. And there's so much emotion behind it because it's the Cancer full moon, and this particular one at that. It's just, it's one of those anything can happen things because the Sun and Uranus are playing a big role right now, and Uranus energy is always kind of could go any way, could go either way kind of thing, a very unpredictable sort of thing. So there's a lot of power behind this full moon here. Let's see. This first card out is Before the Cut. It's Why the Fuck Are We Here? So why the fuck are we here? I don't know. Let's find out. Seven of Pentacles. That shouldn't surprise you. I just got done talking about burly construction workers crying because they're looking at, there's all this flowing emotion. There's all this, somebody here is looking at where they've been, looking at it honestly. This is an honest card, the Seven of Pentacles, okay? That's why we sometimes call it divine timing. The energy's right for some. This is an honest card. This is an honest assessment of where they're at. And because there's so much emotion behind it, the solution being the Fool crossed by the Knight of Cups, which is all forward movement. Because there's so much emotion behind it, you get emotional. And when you get emotional, you do things, right? We always do. We always people always tell you never make decisions when you're emotional, kind of a thing. Like, yeah, because you'll act rashly. Well, that Fool has a little bit of that acting rashly to it. It's not really the meaning of the card, but it is sort of taking a leap, going for it. What comes after the Cut? Very, very powerful energy right now. Very emotional. After that, and as I say that, I pull the Queen of Cups. See? She crying. Why is she crying? Because that fucking cup is empty, right? She's been sitting in the sand for a long time. And she better get running because the tide's going out here. All right? So she wants water in that cup. She's going to have to not just get up off the throne, run her ass over there. And again, I hearken, we're going to get Shakespearean here. I hearken you back to the Fool crossed by the Knight of Cups in the pre-shuffle. Again, Knight of Cups. It's not a fast run, but it's definitely a trot. All right, here we go. Everything I just told you about the pre-shuffle and as I was shuffling and talking and everything about the seven, it all just got backed up. So let's go. Let's pull a reading here. Give me the soulmate cycle with the influence of the full moon in Cancer. All right, here we go. That's my theme song. I'm shuffling. You want a good shuffle, don't you? You want an accurate reading. If you don't want an accurate reading, I could just stop, but I'm not being encouraged. My little twinge that goes off when it's time to stop hasn't gone off yet. Okay, now it did. Overall energy of everything that's going to fall on the table is the Four of Swords. It's mostly a healing energy, but I want to see what's fueling it because I'm laughing. Yeah, it's the Seven of Cups. Yeah. Never make a decision when you're emotional, okay? But this energy of the Four of Swords ties all the way back. God, what reading was it? Venus in Aquarius, where I said there's a separation between thought and emotion, and each tool is now being used properly. It is. Somebody's making a decision here. Somebody who's been stopped. There is just a ton of healing energy around this. I don't know why specifically yet, but we're going to pull a reading, so we'll find out. Very interesting reading to have here where the solution is known, but the overall of the Knight of Cups crossing the Fool. But the overall energy is the Four of Swords. Somebody realized it. I said about that Queen of Cups, remember, she need to run. I don't say anything that's not in the energy. I don't joke about anything. It's all about the reading. No matter what I tell you. If I tell you about some girl I used to bang back in the 90s, it's about the energy. It's in the energy. All right? I say it's social hour. Again, like that Queen of Cups, I said after the cut, she got to run to get the tide's going out. Right? She needs to hurry. This is just a bit of a scramble here. Okay, there's a bit of a scramble here because somebody's been dilly-dallying around. I don't know what it means yet. We're going to find out. I'm just being honest. Right here. Energy around the connection. How your person's behaving in the 3D under this full moon. We might see the crying construction worker up right there. Right here is their soul position. Right here's the hidden energy, the message from the universe. It's red with the energy of your connection. Right here's the potential final outcome. I say potential because I cannot predict free will. Nobody can. I will clarify everything, do some universe cards over the top, and this is a very important reading, so you bet your sweet asses there's going to be a link for an extended into the chariot. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. That's an energy of Cancer. It's a Cancer full moon. Okay? Cancer full moon. Unreal. Oh, man, this is just, again, it really is. I've got this energy of doing, someone who's been doing nothing, but everything is clicking here. This is tied to that energy from the Venus and Aquarius thing. It's tied to it. The energy is just clicking here. Somebody here is scrambling to make a choice. This is forward movement. The energy of your connection shows that there should be some forward movement because of this energy. That's the best I can tell you off of that card right there. The Emperor is taking control. I think the Emperor is taking control of their own bullshit, if I'm to believe the pre-shuffle, which I do. Energy, how they're behaving in the 3D. There's my crying construction worker. Well, it sort of is. It's the Knight of Pentacles. It's a stopped energy here in the Witch's Tarot. Somebody stopped, holding the pentacle, holding what they're used to, how they've been behaving, what they've been holding on to in life, right at the edge of the water. Right at the edge of the damn water, just stopped in the 3D. This is 5D energy. This is 5D energy, the soul. Okay? This is 3D energy. Yeah. Primary energy flow is 5D to 3D. So this energy, this urge, we'll just look at it simply here. This urge, right? To go forward. I know what I need to do. Right? That Queen of Cups knows she needs to run to get to that water, to get some water in the cup instead of sand. It's a bit of a deer in the headlights energy. Somebody here also could be making a plan. They could be. They could be. We'll see what happens when we clarify. What soul energy? Bookending the Chariot. Two of Swords. I think somebody is making a plan. Somebody's at a cross. This energy is leaving somebody at a crossroads right now. You're able to feel everything. Able to understand that I've been full of shit this whole time, telling lies to myself and all this kind of stuff. Acknowledging it. There's a lot of acknowledgement here. This is a lot of readers call it a very reliable energy. It is. It's a good person. It's a very reliable energy in a sense that it gets things done. It gets to its destination. It knows where the destination is at the very least. Okay? There's a bit of a crossroads here. There's two Ace of Swords. One Ace of Swords. In all this emotion that's coming up, there are multiple truths that are coming to light for this energy. And by the way, for those of you that are, I'm sick of hearing about the runner. Well, I'm pulling on the incoming energy. You're attached to it. Everything I'm saying applies to you as well, except you didn't run from somebody. So you're going to be seeing this stuff too. You might be the crying construction worker. If you get emotional in this moon, let yourself feel it. Let those energies flow. It's good for you. Lots of truths coming up in the depths of the soul. And the swords tell me here that they're reaching the brain. That's why this energy is stopped right here to 3D. It flows 5D to 3D. It's coming up, it's reaching the brain, and it's causing someone a bit of a, whoa, hold on. I need to change this behavior. Right? And the energy of your connection because of this is about, it's sort of shining a light on it, like, move forward. There's a lot of forward momentum here. And again, that has to be the perfect card there because I talked about in the void reading, in the super random, a dam. Right? The energy is getting dammed up, but it's just sticks and twigs. The full moon comes and breaks that open and it starts flowing again. It's exactly what this says right there. So, again, I do a mic drop. Okay? I'm good. All right. Right here. Hidden energy. What's the universe want to tell us? It's red with the Chariot. Six of Wands, yeah. The connection, I said this before in another reading. I don't remember which one, but I'll say it again. Your connection looks like a sirloin steak to this person. It feels like it. It always was something they wanted to run from, but in this full moon energy, it feels like home. Because there's a lot of, and I don't have a card to back it up, you're just going to have to take my riffing on the energy. There's a lot of past life energy that's coming in. It's part of the emotional energy. That's soul energy. Soul is emotion. It comes in from past lives. You feel it like nostalgia, but you can't place it. You know, it's not like a true childhood memory or something like that. It's like, what is that? You just can't place it. That's all here. Your connection feels like home under this energy to this person. And that's why the construction worker or the knight is crying. Okay, crying a fucking pool of tears here. Okay. So, and you might be too. This is a very emotional full moon. It really is. I'm pulling on it about 12 hours before, well, maybe a day, about a day before the full moon, because the energy's here. But if I thought maybe if I pulled on the full moon, I might cry on video, and then it gets around. Steve's a crier, you know, and then I look bad and stuff. I just don't. I didn't want to do that. I always hit pause when I cry. Okay, right here. I'm just kidding. Potential final outcome. Red with the Knight of Pentacles. Two of Wands, yeah. There's no other option here. There's no other good option. Your connection's feeling like home. It's the Two of Wands. It's someone here who, again, they know exactly. This is setting the intention. It's the perfect card, red, with this. This is setting the intention to move in a new direction. And this right here is someone who's just about to, who's right on the edge of dipping in this water here. All right? But this is a very interesting card because the Two of Wands, there was a Three of Wands also underneath the devil and between the devil and the world in the pre-shuffle. I think I glazed over it, though the world you saw by accident, and I showed you the devil because it was the bookend. There is forward movement here. There is absolutely something where somebody does. It's purely based on emotion, though. I often tell you guys, like someone showing up under the energy of Three of Swords isn't ideal. Because they might say things that they don't mean, or because they're hurt, you know, that kind of thing. This isn't ideal either, per se. It's very emotional. They still might say things they don't mean. But this is, at the very least, potential communication here. From someone who's been doing nothing, this energy is very healing. These emotions are healing for this person because it completes a process that's already been started. Where your connection, you, in some way, you or your connection, it's been very clear the energy lately has awakened something inside this person that's been dormant for a long time. The ability to process emotions. You're a bit of a dam breaker, if you will. And this energy, this full moon in Cancer, being a culmination energy, kind of completes the process a little bit. There's a lot of flow here. Let's talk about the Chariot card. Let's do it. Why is the Chariot here? Tell me about it. Let's go. Chariot. Why is the Chariot here? Why? Oh, I like this energy. I ain't even done shuffling yet, and I like this energy. Jesus Christ. Are you serious right now? Oh, fuck. Look. Jesus. I knew it. I could feel it coming while I was shuffling. I mean, literally. It's the Knight of Cups. Go, motherfucker, go. It's like the universe yelling at your person. Go, motherfucker, go. Feel it. Cry. Go get in the water. Go feel that emotion. You know, crying might be a bit of an exaggeration, but the truth of the matter is there's so much emotion, I can't find the words. There aren't words in the English language, in any fucking language, to explain the amount of emotion that is contained within this moon energy. All right? It's fueled by the fucking sun. I mean, it's that kind of energy. It's right there. The Knight of Cups. The energy of your connection I have to take into account this Six of Wands too, victory, right? It's an energy of, also an energy of culmination, an energy of completion. The energy is perfect for you guys to come together. It's not cards of divine timing, but it equals divine timing. It is that someone feels this connection, something they ran from, as home now. And they feel what they stuck with, what they stayed with, that they used to think was home, as cold and just smaller, is the way I'm going to put it. Because I'll show you the imagery. This wand is smaller. than this one. Okay, it could be it probably was drawn on a distance thing, but the reality is that's how I'm reading it. That's how the energy is reflecting. So it is what it is. What's on top? Yeah, look, I felt it while I was shuffling these cards. It's just ridiculous. The Knight of Cups crossing the Chariot with the Nine of Cups. The energy is already in the air. I always point that out, that she's already jumped, right? There's someone here. They're running behind in the 3D with this Knight of Pentacles here. They're running behind the 5D energy by a mile, okay? That's why, again, I hearken. We're going to get Shakespearean again. I hearken you back to the Queen of Cups, who I said needs to get her ass off that throne and run. And they know this. Your person is that Queen of Cups under this energy, running to catch the tide before it goes out. It's sort of the opposite of the King of Cups in this deck, which is running out of time. He's running out of land because the tide's coming in, right? That's why we got the Queen of Cups there and not the King. Why is the Nine of Cups here? Oh, here it is. Five of Wands. Can't have light without shade. I'm not going to pull roses and rainbows for you, right? I'm not rainbow bright. That's not what this is. It's the Five of Wands is why it's here. Again, somebody here has called themselves. This Five of Wands ties to the Five of Wands in the pre-shuffle, which was crossing the Seven of Swords. It's when we call ourselves on our own bullshit. It's not enough for another person to call us on our bullshit. Any psychologist will tell you that. It is not enough for another person to call us on our bullshit. If we're still in the bullshit, we will just brush that off as that person doesn't know what they're talking about. Fuck you. Bye-bye, I'm gone. It's when it hits home. The only time that works is when someone calls us on our bullshit and we go, gosh, maybe they're right. That's this Five of Wands. That's where we get into it. The reason there's forward movement here isn't, maybe you did call them on their bullshit. I don't know. But they've called themselves on their own bullshit. And that's 10 times, infinitely more powerful than someone else calling us on our bullshit. When we get ourselves in this tussle, if you will. So that's why it's all happening. That's why there's so much forward movement. That's why victory is here. The message from the universe is the Six of Wands. Now, it is minor arcana. All of this is up to this person's free will. It's up to his free will whether he does anything. He can know all he wants, that this wand is what he wants, and not do anything about it. I can't help you there. I can't help you there at all. I don't have any control over someone's free will. It is what it is. Don't be a blame shifter and blame me, okay? Just like if you click an extended video and it loops the trailer, I didn't cause the DNS error. Okay, you just got to wait for it to refresh through the servers, through the network around the world, and then you'll be able to get it. I can't do it. I didn't do it. It's not me. It is what it is. This person here is likely, though, this is with the Chariot, with major arcana here in your whatever, this person is likely to get up and go, let me tell you. Why is the Knight of Pentacles here? Tell me more about this 3D energy. Now, this is 3D. This is your person. An actual picture. Polaroid photography right here. That's your person. Came out of the camera. We air dried it, right? Like you always did with those ones. And and that's the picture we got. Okay, there we go. Let's see. 3D energy. Tell me about the Knight of Pentacles. Let's go. Why is it here? Why is it here? Why is it here? Interesting. See this card? Four of Swords, overall energy, with a Seven of Cups crossing it, right? Four Swords. While they're sitting there, I snapped a picture. I got one of those pictures. I got a couple of pictures of people I used to know, right? At like concerts or outdoor events or at the beach from back way back in the youth. And every once in a while, there's a picture where I caught the person at just the right moment. The time was perfect. 120 milliseconds on that lens opening or whatever. I caught it at just the right moment. It's a perfect picture, perfect light, perfect expression, perfect everything. That's what this energy is. It's this right here. I was wondering why I was doing the Polaroid thing, catching it as a picture of your person. We've caught your person. This moon catches your person at a perfect moment where healing can happen. because the energy is just right for it within them, because of this Five of Wands. Usually this Five of Wands is what keeps you apart. Somebody here is holding on to something. They won't let it go, right? We caught your person in our little photograph here at just the right moment where they're calling themselves on their shit. And healing can actually happen here. The heart chakra can actually finish opening up to complete the translation of messages from the soul to the brain. Okay? Because as I often tell you, the heart chakra is like Google Translate. Okay? Because the soul and brain speak different languages. So it's also a bit of an amplifier, because the soul is much quieter than the brain, than the ego. And the brain gets in the way. That again backs up what I said in Venus and Aquarius. Everything is working right here. The brain is doing its job, and the soul energy is doing its job. The emotions are doing their job, and they're separate. Just the right moment, healing can happen here. Something can happen. Very strange. That's why I say this is one of those energies. They're very emotional, and your connection feels like home. Okay? It does. It may feel like that to you as well. And you may find that strange because a lot of you are mad at this person, or you've given up on this person. Fuck them, right? Yeah, I can dig that. But it may affect you in the same way. Okay? Just allow the energy to flow, whatever it does. Okay? If you break down and cry, fine. Break down and cry. Whatever. Even if it's at line in the grocery store, just do it. Whatever. You know, just make up a story to the people behind you. Tell them you're sad because they're discontinuing this item. It's making me sad. Right? Like, I don't know, whatever. Just make some shit up. Look, 8 swords. Right? I mean, this is tough energy. This is a powerful moon for someone who's afraid to be vulnerable like these runners. All right? Even someone who isn't afraid to be vulnerable. This is a particularly powerful full moon. The 8 of Swords here. Again, it's... The energy is right. We caught them at just the right moment for the healing. They're calling themselves on their shit, and it's generating a lot of this. All you need to look at is the picture. I don't need to talk about fear or overthinking or anything like that. Somebody now feels... It's a bit of a, what do I do? You know? Oh God, now what? Right? Like that. Why is the 8 of Swords here? 6 of Swords. The 6 of Swords is sort of a... It's an energy... Well, there's chaos over here, right? And we're moving on to calmer waters. The 6 of Swords is an energy where, if we look at this boat, it's not powered by a motor or anything like that. What the universe is trying to say here is this doesn't matter. The sheer force of the energy that's going on right now pushes this damn horse in the water in some way. Whether this person likes it or not, they're going in the water. Okay? At the end of the day, they are going in the water. And what they do with it from there, I can't say. We'll find out in the final outcome. You know, again, in the soul, there are two minds here, which sounds weird to say about the soul. There's 2 truths. Because these are 2 Ace of Swords, Archangel Michael's Sword of Truth. And those truths are not crossing each other. In this deck, they aren't crossing. So they're 2 very separate truths. And we'll find out more about that now. Let's find out. Why is the 2 of Swords here? So in the 3D, this person is a fucking mess under this moon. It's someone who is very emotional, who isn't usually. Usually they're able to just block it out, or forget about it, or act cool, or, you know, whatever. Buy retail therapy, who knows? Can't. Not going to be able to do it. In fact, they're calling themselves on their shit, and it's causing a lot of anxiety within the person. But this is all fed by soul energy, which is 2 separate but equally as powerful truths that are sort of truth energies that are emerging. And truth energy is always healing. So that's why we got the 4 of Swords here in the 3D, the baseline energy of healing. All right? It is, in a lot of ways, another perfect storm of energy, which has been going on a lot lately. All right, let's go. Why is the 2 of Swords here? Tell me about the soul energy. I love this reading. It's nice. A lot of you won't like this reading. I do. For someone like me, and a reading with this much emotion, it just makes it clearer. You know, there's a lot of clarity here from my angle. It's really pretty straightforward. Someone's finally calling themselves on their shit. Okay? And that's when change happens. All right. Let's go. They haven't been able to believe their own shit for a long time, but that's different than calling yourself on it. Okay, let's be clear. 2 of Swords crossed by what? 10 of Cups. Again, there's 2 truths here that are emerging from the soul energy. The 10 of Cups is always a double-edged thing, a double-edged sword, if you will. It could be a whole lot of fairyland. You can't sit on a rainbow, it's light energy. Okay? You go fall right through, break your back. But also it can be something very special. It does have some real things to it as well. It has a combination of fake and a combination of real. Combination of fantasy and a combination of real. What they thought, it's basically saying one of the truths is, again, like I already said, you're feeling like home. One of the things that they thought they wanted to run from, they now want. Everything's kind of flipped on this person. Think about if you had a dream like this, where you were sitting on a rainbow with somebody. It feel weird. It's like some kind of acid trip. You know, it really does. Your person's soul energy, the soul energy of the incoming energy, to me feels like an acid trip. Like I'm at some party I shouldn't have gone to. You know, I should never have drank that. What the hell was I thinking? Why did I take a drink from the guy with his shirt off in the Trans Am outside? What the fuck was I thinking? Well, it's like that. It's a bit trippy for this person. What they didn't want, they now want. And what they thought was 10 of Cups is just light. It's just falling right through. Bye-bye. Hitting the ground. What's on top? Yeah. There's a lot of forward movement here. 8 Wands. Somebody is the urge to talk about emotions is strong under this full moon. Which, quite frankly, as I say that, I want to punch myself in the head because that can't be true. It can't be, but it is. This is energy. This is why I said we caught this. It's perfect. It's one of those perfect moments. Oh, it's just a once-in-a-lifetime picture of someone, you know, where everything is just right. The energy, this emotional energy creates, and these cards bookend over here, your connection. Remember, it's a chariot. Move it forward. Going toward the 9 of Cups. Why? Because they're calling themselves on their shit. The universe is saying, not only are these feelings flowing, and flowing into the 3D, probably this is what's causing the 8 of Swords. Because this energy within it has an urge to communicate it, to talk about feelings. It's one thing for this person who's afraid to be vulnerable to focus on and feel feelings. It's altogether another thing to talk about them. That's completely different. You know, a lot of you are dealing with somebody who needs to be drunk to say the words "I love you." You know, I mean, really, I mean, you know, it's kind of a, you know, but it may not be literal, but pretty close. Why is the 8 of Wands here? That's why. Empress. It's you. Look, Queen of Tits. Best tits in the tarot. You know, you've seen yourself before. You know what your tits look like, male or female. That's you. Why is the 8 of Wands here? Why the urge to talk about it? Because if you get a chance to bang the Empress, you bang the fucking Empress. And if you don't, you kick yourself for the rest of your fucking life. Right? Because you never go, you know, come on. It's unreal. And with a soul connection, with a crossing paths of it's a bit like you ran into the Empress by accident and you had a chance to bang the Empress and then you blew it off. You ran because you got scared of being vulnerable. I mean, that's even worse. Yeah, this is irresistible. Also, this energy under this moon, I've been talking about how this is a very emotional moon. This is their soul energy. Why do they have the urge to talk about emotions? Because that's what the Empress does. She talks about emotions. She tells people how they feel, how she feels. He or she, doesn't matter. She talks about it. Doesn't keep it bottled up inside. This energy, because of this moon, this energy is up in this person. Up, way up. Okay? That's why I said it's a relatively balanced emperor driving this chariot over here. That's fucking massive. Let's talk to the universe. Why is this 6 of Wands here? Tell me about this 6 of Wands. What's going on here? What's going on? Why is the 6 of Wands here? I'll tell you, everything's been glitchy with this particular Mercury retrograde. We've had a lot of glitches around here too, with the computers and stuff like that. Not really with Steve's Love Tarot with freeze-ups, but after, offline, you know, just normal stuff, checking email and stuff like that. It's been a real glitchy one. Of course, that could have a lot to do with all the storms going on too. Oh well. 6 of Wands. Hopefully you get to see this video. 6 Six of Wands. Why is it here? What do you want to tell us, universe? Let's see here. 10 Wands. It's been a long time coming. Somebody, this is going to be a strange, this is separate from the reading, but it is read with the energy of your connection. I have to take this energy into consideration. As they call themselves on their shit, again, you feel like home to this person under this energy. Everything's flipped. Everything feels bizarre. It's like a bizarro universe. It creates a lot of pressure. There's a lot of pressure for something. For what? What is there a lot of pressure? Oh, to take another crack at. Here's the I felt a lot of pressure off of this, more than usual. It's like God's source, the universe itself, was pushing on the energy. And then I go under here. I didn't know it was there. There's judgment. Oh my God. Literally. No, every pun intended. Oh my God. It's huge. Somebody's having what my father used to call a come to Jesus with themselves. Somebody's having a come to Jesus meeting with themselves. That's for damn sure. And they want to talk about these emotions. They're not just feeling them. They want to talk about them, which creates the stress. Does create some stress, but it's all driven by a higher power. We talked about a higher power in the I think we talked about it in a recent extended. I don't remember which one. Anyway, there's some reading. There is some kind of weird energy I can't put my finger on at play here. I know there's a lot of destiny in January. I've talked about that. It's drenched in destiny, but this isn't destiny energy. It's something else. It's some really super high vibrational something or other flying through, helping this out. There's no doubt about it. I don't know what it is. I can't put my finger. It's like a species of hawk I've never seen before. I don't know what it is, but it's a hawk. Well, that's kind of the way this energy is. I don't know what it is, but I know what it's doing. What's on top? Four Swords. Yeah, a lot of healing. A lot of healing. Heart chakra open. Again, creating stress, though. Why is Four Swords here? Seven of Wands. This is interesting. There's three ways to this energy is sort of like that. First of all, I'll start it this way. The Seven of Wands is read with the Five of Wands. Okay? It is them being defensive toward fighting themselves, toward what they're realizing. There is a little bit of that, which has caused inaction. Okay? The inaction, which is what this Four of Swords is mostly talking about, it has happened because somebody has been defensive to this. I don't think they can be defensive anymore, okay? Because the energy also flows Four of Swords to the Nine of Cups, and they're already in the air. So what's happening is this Empress energy right here is causing an effect of someone not only feeling for a change, but wanting to express those feelings, which is what Empress energy does, okay? That's why I say there's something much more powerful at play here that's causing that to happen. Because this person could usually shut this down, and they can't. This is just the universe verifying that they can't shut it down. The healing is happening for a reason. Probably because, again, using the word destiny, being careful about using that because of a lot of the North Node activity and what's happening, January and early February, frankly all of February too, is drenched in destiny. And there's a lot of course correcting going on. In fact, we're in the middle of a course correction right now, which happened on the 29th or so of December with the North Node semi-sextile in Chiron. It's a bit of something I pulled on back in September, which was the North Node sandwich month. So it's sort of putting people back on their proper course. Putting you back on it too, keep that in mind. There's just a very strong energy here of someone who, every time they get defensive, now it's being used against them. Their own defensiveness toward what they're realizing is being used against them because their inner Empress is up. So every time they get defensive, they get spanked for it. It actually, in a sense, that it actually brings healing. So they're healing themselves. It's sort of like the way your car recharges its battery while you drive down the road. The alternator recharges the battery, kind of a thing. That's kind of what's going on. They're sort of recharging themselves, healing themselves by their own usual behavior. That's what I mean. It's a bizarro universe. It's weird. Things kind of have flipped. You feel like home all of a sudden. It's very strange. It's very hard to explain, but I see where the universe is going with this. Basically, they're going to be in their fields, and they're going to have a very strong urge to talk about it. Okay? Stronger than they can possibly overcome. Why is the Two of Wands here? What's the final on this? Now, this is communication. It is someone moving in a new direction. But it is up to their free will. I don't know where this is going to go. I have no idea. It's funny because when I was shuffling for these, I could feel it was going to be good. I knew something was going to... I don't know what's here. I have no idea. What's going on? Why is the Two of Wands here? It's very strange. Okay. Oh, shit. All that shuffling. All that shuffling. Look who's back. It's that energy I can't put my finger on. That's why I didn't know. It's a bigger energy than I am. Whatever this energy is that's adding to this higher power, as I like to call it, right? Whatever it is fucking more powerful than I am. I mean, my God, maybe it is the warlock on the hill. I don't know. But I could not pick up on anything. Judgment here. Yeah, again, it's up to their free will, but I think there's like some kind of free will override. It's like he's standing there going, well, I could just stay here. I mean, I know I'm full of shit and I want to talk about these feelings, but I could just stay here. And there's this person or this energy behind them going, you better get going, motherfucker. It just keeps calling him a motherfucker. I don't know why. I'm sure that's just the way I pick up the energy, but it really is. What's on top? Ten of Wands again. Again, this message from the universe is kind of with environmental energy is repeating over here. Why is the Ten of Wands here? The Four of Wands. Yeah, it's the old. It ties back to here. I'll put this here. Okay, put that there. It ties back to the irresistible object. Okay, the irresistible object. It's just irresistible. At the end of the day, no matter how much burden, how much this is just about to snap. It's a 10. 10s are the end and dead end that lead to a new beginning. All right? There's a lot of pressure on this person from a power that I can only describe as higher. Okay? I don't... The warlock on the hill, I have no idea. But there's some sort of energy that's entwined in this moon, probably due to all the North Node activity that this full moon is falling in the middle of with Jupiter in Aries as the undercurrent. It's like a perfect storm of energy. And also the way the Earth's magnetic field is behaving right now. It's a motherfucker. That being said, it's a lot of fucking energy. There's just this, no matter how much pressure it is, there's this urge. This very strong urge to go toward Four Wands, to come your way. Right here, Four Wands is red with the Six of Swords. So there's a very strong chance that you hear from somebody who wants to tell you something. That's the best I can tell you. Wants to tell you something. It's about feelings. Might be about your tits. I don't know. I think it's deeper than that. I'm not sure how it's going to come out, though. There's a lot of emotion here. Now, like I said earlier, I told you, someone coming at you under Three Swords energy when they're hurt is tricky. You know, you've got enough life experience to know that could turn into when someone's hurt, right? You don't poke a wounded bear kind of a thing. That can turn into... I don't have a Three Swords energy here. I'm just saying under that. Under this is the opposite side. This is very emotional energy. The same kind of thing can happen. Anything can come out of their mouth. Anything can... we're going to look at that in the extended. We're going to see where this conversation is likely to go. Because there's, for a good number of you, there's a conversation about to happen. And I think there's a little bit of divine guidance here. Part of what I read off of this judgment energy, and you know, you can quote me on it if you want. You may just run into this person by accident, and I don't mean in person. It can happen. It can be in person, but it can happen online too. Okay? Out of nowhere, they may just like one of your Instagram things or something. I have no idea where you are on social media, but it could be anything. There's just some kind of serendipity in the energy a little bit. There's a chance meeting. Something happens that accidentally brings you two together. Something along those lines. For some of you, it's just a direct contact. Okay? The chance contact is there mostly for those of you where you're like, oh, I've never heard from this person. I never will. There's something. The universe will find a way. It always does. Remember, there's always a way. It's the core message ingrained in the energy. The universe will find a way to create a scenario where you two come together. Almost like playing your wingman, if you will, in a way. Okay? Very, very strange. We're going to pull on this. I'm going to try to pull on this higher power energy and where this conversation is likely to go. I'm going to pull on how this full moon affects you. I'm going to pull a pyramid reading, and I'm going to pull a fucking timeline on this because it ends with communication with the Four of Wands, which leads to 10 Pentacles, which yesterday's reading, when I pulled on the Void, told us we had the opportunity for, I believe. I think that may have been in the extended, but I don't know. All right, I'm shuffling. Let's go. Give me 3 cards from the bottom, universe. 3 cards from the bottom. Let's see here. Okay, one more. Okay. Here we go. Queen of Swords. 8 of Pentacles. Look at that. Judgment, Judgment, Judgment. And the 10 of Wands came back. 10 of Wands, which was right with Judgment right here. Listen, the universe just keeps running this back. This is a lot of emotion for this person to process, but it's emotion that they can't deny. These are truths that you can't unknow with the Queen of Swords here. The 10 of Wands crossed by the 8 of Pentacles. This person can't distract themselves from this anymore. They can't because of this. We need to pull the shit out of this Judgment card, this energy in the extended. We need to literally pull the shit out of it. I'm going to do what I can, okay? I don't know what I'm going to get. I make no promises. We might get nothing. I don't know. But I'm going to pull it. It keeps coming up. It's like, again, there's just, they can't distract themselves from it. It's so much emotion. I see it here. The Empress giving the urge to talk about it. So we're just going to go. I'm going to go pull an extended. If you want the extended, the link is in the description. Please remember it's Mercury retrograde. All right. Allow it some time to refresh around. If you have any problems, please just delete your cache and try coming in fresh again. You shouldn't have any issues. You really shouldn't. It's a pretty simple process on the technical side of things. All right, that's your reading. I hope it was helpful. If you like this reading, please like, share, and subscribe. Appreciate all the subscribers, everybody who shares, and everybody who watches. All right, if you want the extended, the link is in the description. Good luck.